Man, I was afraid the Leafs were going to screw it up when they took that late icing. I was much more afraid of the Ghost Bear. Showtime! Pity point! Whoopsie daisy, this team is ruining my life! Shouldn't even be allowed to have a ghost on your team. Leafs! Win! 3-2 over the Philadelphia Flyers. God, it's been so long since the fist bump. They snap a 5-game losing streak, and it didn't seem longer at all. What better place to snap it than Silly-delphia? That game was silly. The defensemen for both teams were such a huge factor in this game. Just over halfway through the first period, Matt Reed just dangling James Reimer. Is that guy a Leaf killer or what? I don't know the stats, but I feel like every time the Leafs play the Flyers, Matt Reed does something. But the reason the play was sick wasn't just the move that Reed made. The feed from Evgeny Medvedev. Holy cow. One of those guys where I said years ago when I was doing highlights for the KHL, there are players over there that deserve to be in the NHL, or at very least can play here. Now, Artemi Panarin is the most pronounced example of that this season, but he's also much younger than Medvedev. Medvedev's like mid-30s, and I'm sorry that I'm pronouncing it that way. That's just the way I was taught. Don't take it up with me, take it up with Alex Radulov. Why do we always give Russians deep voices? But enough about Russians. How about we talk about a Roman Polak who happens to be Czech? Almost as many nationalities as Leo Komarov. Peter Hall and Brad Boys can't beat a resurging Steve Mason. Holy smokes, this guy is playing good hockey. But Roman Polak bangs it in at the last minute, 1-1. Polak with his first goal in over a calendar year, and you might go, wow, Roman Polak scored. And you know what? I've been critical of him, but I do like his shot. And I'm not saying the guy's an offensive defenseman, far from it, but I am a little surprised he doesn't score more often. With that goal, Polak gets his 10th point of the season, which passes his total in points from last season in 14 fewer games. His career high is 21 points with the 09-10 St. Louis Blues. He just might get there. And you might be thinking, wow, we've gone an entire period of hockey without getting a goal called back. Pistol Petey Allman puts it in 2-1 lead. No. Offside. Nope. Now it's like every time the Leafs cross the blue line and it's close to an offside, I'm like, just blow it dead. Because I hate when an exciting play develops and oh, holy smokes, and of course it gets called back. And then on the other side of the coin, every time the other team crosses the blue line and it's close, I'm like, that was offside. That was no. It doesn't matter if they score. Oh, they scored. Well, guess what? It's not going to count. It's not going to count. Review it. Review it, Babcock. Coach's challenge. The coach's challenge is just another thing in hockey that's not good for my heart or head. But I'll tell you who is good for my heart, Joffrey Lupul. You know, for all the struggles he has had this season, for all the horrible luck he has had, for the slumps he's been on, that was his 10th goal. That puts him on pace for about 20. Now, will he get there? I guess we'll have to wait and see. And we can talk about whether or not he's overpaid, but a 20-goal scorer? I'll take that, yeah. Now, we did skip over something, didn't we? Dion Phaneuf fought Braden Shen. Now, NHL.com lists Braden Shen as 6'1", 190 pounds. MapleLeafs.com lists Dion Phaneuf at 6'3", 227. Not a great fight for Braden Shen to take, and you can see why the Flyers were so mad, especially Wayne Simmons, who I always talk about when it comes to Dion Phaneuf. Funny thing there is I always say, oh, Wayne Simmons punks Dion Phaneuf every game, and every game Phaneuf does nothing about it. Why doesn't he just fight him? I saw a video clip recently. I can't remember exactly what it was from, but it was PK Subban having a conversation with Max Pacioretty, and they were joking about fighting, and I think Pacioretty made a joke about, oh yeah, what if I fight Wayne Simmons? And Subban was just like, no, you're not. I know Simmons is tough. We all know Wayne Simmons is tough, but it seems to me he's genuinely feared by some people. In hockey, I believe they call that a compliment. But you know who I'm afraid of after this game? The Ghost Bear. Oh. You don't know about the Ghost Bear? Well, that's what Philadelphia Flyers fans call Shane Gostisbehere, because Philadelphia Flyers fans are weird. After all, they cheer for the Flyers. Coming in end to end, and ooh, James, I love you, buddy, but that's gotta hurt. Shane Gostisbehere with a spectacular goal, and, might I add, very quiet, very sly Calder pitch. Oh, what are you talking about, Steve? Well, actually, what I'm talking about is the guy who's 12th in rookie scoring right now, second among rookie defensemen, and he's played like half the games that most rookies have. I mean, he's a guy I can cheer for despite playing for the Flyers. And they're a team that pisses everybody off. Don't believe me? James Reimer threw a punch! Because we all know he's a nice guy, but you can't get that close to the Magic Angel robot from Winnipeg! You saw what he did to Megatron, imagine what he'd do to you! And now that's it. Okay, we got some feistiness out of the way, but after all, there is a game to win. We're about to go to overtime. With all that open space, can you imagine what Shane Gostisbehere can do? Oh! Oh, okay. You know what Shane Gostisbehere could do is learn from a defenseman like Matt Hunwick scoring his first goal as a Toronto Maple Leaf with 8 seconds left. I love it. I just love it. Isn't that exactly the sort of thing you would expect to happen to the Leafs? Not for them. My heaven, I could get used to this. Can I get used to this? Am I allowed? But then here's how gun shy I am as a Leaf fan. The Leafs iced the puck. There is less than 4 seconds left, but I'm still like, they might screw this up. But instead it was Claude Giroux who screwed up. He got kicked out of the face-off dot with that much time left in the game. I can't think of the last time I saw a player get kicked out of a face-off with less than 5 seconds left in regulation. And I hate that, and I really can't get behind it. And yet you can't frog splash the face-off dot. But how do you kick a guy out with less than 5 seconds left in regulation? But he was all the way over the dot. But how do you do that late in the game? It's a deciding factor. But how do you get that far over the... I don't know where I stand. But ultimately the puck does not go in another time for the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Toronto Maple Leafs win! And more importantly, the Flyers do not get a point, and I tell you why that's important, because they are gaining on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Phil, honey, we need your help, Phil! Come on! Side note, there is a very real chance Tyler Bozak leads the Leafs in scoring this season. You know that, right? God, that's gonna be fun. Last but not least, Nazem Kadri, Bob Ross. Stevie drew another penalty in this one. Do it! Dance, monkey! Let's give Bob Ross a little time off. You went a little nuts last episode. How about I appease you with this? This is a drawing of Nazem Kadri, Bob Ross from Pen Jelly Ink, because the internet is interesting. Yeah. Actually, this is now last. The reason this video is so late is I've been working on some CWHL All-Star Game stuff over the last couple days. I actually got to go up on top of the Molson Canadian Anything for Hockey rink. It's a hockey rink. It's 32 floors up on the roof of an office building in downtown Toronto. I got to go up there with Natalie Spooner, who plays for the CWHL's Toronto Furies, and she will be in the CWHL All-Star Game this weekend at the Air Canada Centre. So there's a full video promo, her doing all kinds of crazy moves. I sort of told her what to do, but generally speaking, you really shouldn't tell an Olympian what to do. And I wrote a behind the scenes on the making of the video, so please check that out, link down below. And you know what? One more thing. Brand new Panago Pizza Steve Dangle podcast. We talk about the John Scott saga, and I hope it's put to bed after that. I really, really do. So that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. And now the Leafs go on a 20-game win streak. Yeah!